Hi, I'm Alex from Big Bear Bikes.
I'm Alistair. Cleaning Alex's dirty bike.
Thank you very much. So we're going to just look and have a conversation about two of the new generation of lightweight e-bikes. So we've got Trek Fuel EXe, which we have covered quite a few times in the past, but we've also got Haibike's new LYKE. So again, very kind of similar in power output, in weight, in geometry, and we're just going to have a bit of a discussion. Obviously, I'm a little bit biased because this is actually my bike, and we'll see if Alistair can whip me a little bit with it.
Yeah, I haven't ridden the Haibike LYKE yet. I've had a couple of demo rides on one of these. I'm a big fan of that. But this is the new wave of e-bikes. All the brands seem to be trying to develop the best lightweight e-bike. Not as powerful, but feeling more like an acoustic bike, nice and playful. I think Trek have done a great job on this. Alex, you've had a couple of rides on the Haibike. What's your thinking?
I have, yeah. It feels just as nimble as the Trek, I find. A lot of the things that maybe I would have changed if I'd have bought a Trek, I haven't had to. With Haibike having a better specification of kit, give or take throughout, I probably would have changed the tyres to the ones that actually came on it as standard from the SE5s that are on there. Only bit I have changed is the handlebars and stem, just for personal preference. Gone for some Bergtechs. Bergtech bars, Industry 9 stem, just to neaten up the front end basically. But no, it rides really well. The slightly heavier weight from a standard bike maybe keeps it a bit better planted through kind of some techie stuff. Other than that, it's responsive, lightweight and fun to ride. Rolls really fast on these dissector tyres as well. They're one of the fastest rolling enduro tyres that Maxxis do. So,
what was your first ride the other day on it?
So first ride, I was just trying to get a bit of mileage basically. So I just set off out. I thought I'll do a bit of red route in Dolby. So obviously, you know, just standard traily stuff. I'll probably use
miles wise.
So 20 miles in 2 hours, and I use 2 bars of battery in the low to middle settings.
And it's a 430.
It's a 430 battery, 430 60 Newton meters.
Yeah.
So the EXe,
so 20 miles from
20 miles on 2 bars. So that suggests.
And there's 4 bars.
There's 5 bars.
5. So
we get 50,
it's a 50 mile bike.
Yeah. Second ride out. Hour and a half, silly fun on the evening with the nights coming in. Yeah. With the light kind of rushing towards. 12-15 miles in an hour and a half in the middle setting. Yeah. So just zooming around like a lunatic.
Well, similar to me a little bit with this the other week. When I did 30 miles on this the other week. 3 hours riding time, 4,000 foot of climbing. That fully drained the battery. I didn't use it in the high settings. I rode everywhere so it's got 3 power modes as the EXe. I rode everywhere in power mode 1. On the climbs, I went into power mode 2. I tried power mode 3 once just to see like how powerful it was. Yeah. I thought it was too much for what I wanted. I still wanted to get a bit of a workout from it, so just use 1 and 2 everywhere.
That's exactly how I felt about this one. I mean, obviously the motor is 10 Newton meters more powerful, but as a general rule, ride most of the time in the lower setting, using the second setting for climb. Yeah. Occasionally, I mean, it does have a boost mode where it ramps it up a little bit more.
That's like a 10-second sprint, isn't it?
It's like a little sprint. So if you had, say, a larger obstacle to get over and for the acceleration, perhaps you would maybe use that. Yeah. I haven't found it necessary for anything I've done yet. I've had a couple of plays with it on little kicks and stuff, but generally the bottom 2 settings I think are fairly sufficient.
But I think to anyone considering an e-bike and you've maybe been put off with the weight of them, these are literally just like, I rode it for 3 hours. After an hour of riding, I forgot I was riding an e-bike. It just felt like a normal bike. But then climbs wise, I love doing downhill stuff, so it just meant I could just get straight back to the top, still with a good workout, but just lapping the downhills. And when you were going down, it didn't feel like you were on a heavy e-bike. It just felt super
The fact that the bike is lighter and can be thrown around just like a normal one, it's not quite as kind of point and shoot planted.
Which one would you go for? If you had the choice of kind of this yellow one or this equivalent spec.
I will be honest, I still am quite biased by one of these. I think the suspension feels a little bit different.
Because they're very similar suspension. It's the travel on the LYKE is
140, 130. So very, very similar.
Yeah, so that's a 150, 140. Very similar, that trail bike category.
Yeah, I think so for me, the fuel suspension is a bit more floaty on the rear.
Yeah.
But I am still dialing in my settings on this a little bit.
I'd like to have a full ride on one of these because I'm biased towards this, but I haven't ridden this, so I can't comment. But I love the way this looks. I think Haibike have done a mega job at developing it. Carbon frame, looks really sleek. So yeah, I'd like to find out how it rides. So obviously talking about the two bikes, Alex, you've bought this bike. Obviously happy with your purchase. If you were gonna, obviously after riding this a few times now, if you had a chance to buy one again, would you consider the EXE still, or are you sold on the Like?
I would still consider the EXE perhaps.
Yeah.
I do really like the Like. I was really trying to avoid saying that, but unfortunately I have. One of the things I really like, obviously, mega value for money. The other thing I quite like as well, a lot of the parts are actually branded, as opposed to using Trek's.
Yeah. I mean, I'd agree with that.
Accessories company. So we've got Mavic Cross Max wheels. On this bike we have Bontrager. Obviously I've changed my handlebars, but this one has Bontrager handlebars. We've got Bontrager dropper. So all those little bits that people might change.
Obviously Bontrager's Trek's in-house kind of components, branding, and they
have a decent quality of specification of kit, but it's sometimes not a desirable brand name.
But for what you get with your money on Haibike, they do spec a bike really well, you know, and they do think about it as well. They don't just chuck a set of tyres on or something. They think about what's suiting for the bike, don't they? Yeah. Obviously, like they've put Fox suspension on it, they've put proper Mavic Crossmax wheels suited to the bike, the proper Maxxis dissector tyres for this sort of riding. Everything's thought about, and for the value, it's great.
I mean, the great thing with the tyres, for me personally, is this is what I'm running on two other bikes anyway. So I've just happened upon a new bike, and it's come with my exact tyre specification, which is great.
Yeah,
absolutely great.
Yeah, I mean, I want to have a ride of it. Me personally, I'm still sold on Trek. I love their engineering side. I love, you know, the build on them, build quality. But again, you can't argue with value for money on Haibike. What you get on that bike for what you pay is mega, really. You can't argue with it. So
yeah, I mean, given if I had a bit more money, I would have probably bought one of these a little while ago.
You do have a little bit of the premium in the name for Trek, I think. Because it is one of the biggest brands in the world, and this has got new technology on it. This also does have but this is a brand new motor to the industry, the TQ system. You're paying a little bit for that. Yeah. But yeah, two really great bikes in the lightweight e-bike category. Really interesting to see how it goes. Hopefully the market, you know, opens up to these bikes a bit more. I think full fat's still very much a thing. This is a new category for e-bikes, so I think people are still trying to understand it, but it's I think it's the way forward for what I would want from an electric bike.
I mean, both of us do a very similar kind of riding.
Yeah.
And obviously you're doing more miles than me at the moment because you're fitter.
You don't need to be fit on an e-bike.
But, you know, I can go out and do on an evening in a short amount of time what I want to do and probably still improve my fitness a little bit. Yeah. Because that's what I need to do at the moment. And this bike is helping me achieve that. So,
yeah, absolutely.
You know, either bike.
I've been telling you to buy an e-bike for the last 12 months.
I know, and I've been ignoring you, but unfortunately I've taken your advice.
Yeah. And I'm probably going to buy one in the next 12 months. So there we go. Next time you see us, you'll see a video of me and Alex riding in Dolby on e-bikes.